Good morning, and welcome to Sister Girl Readings. Okay, so we'll be looking at Leo. And by the way, happy birthday, Sagittarius. If you have it in your moon or rising, we got to give up to Sagittarius. It's their month, it's their season. It's a lucrative season for you as well, Leo. I see abundance. I see prosperity, but it's not going to be just given to you. This is a situation where you're going to have to make a lot of decisions. You may have to get rid of what I call windows. I look at a person sometimes in the sense of a computer, efficient and practical. And I feel like Leo's going to have to get rid of some of his programs that have just been sitting there accumulating space. That could be people that you don't fuck with no more. That could be places that are just not cutting it, your job, or maybe some old hangouts, or just things that used to make you happy and feel fulfilled in your lower vibrational energy, and now it's just cut off. But I do feel like Leo is making some significant sacrifices to their happiness, and they will reach it. Abundance is key, and it's just sitting there for you to go and get it. All right, so let's go into Leo. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. All right, so what we got for Leo for the month of December? Leo for the month of December. Leo for the month of December. What we got? We want to know what's going to happen with Leo. We're going to see how their life is going to be. Okay, these cards, I want to go back in. I do see 10 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords reverse. Now, that is some very hard energy. And I did say coming in the reading that you were going to have to get rid of some things that just weren't working for you. And those are people and family members. They can be friends that you're carrying on your shoulders. Because in the 10 of Wands is really Saturn in the Sagittarius. It's just feeling like you're burdened with so many domestic and career-related responsibilities. Even with friends, you feel like you've done too much or there's too much going on and you feel exhausted from your social pressures or your responsibilities. And Leo, you could feel like you're bent under pressure. You feel like you keep trying to carry on. And again, you're going to have to just minimize the windows that you keep running. You're running on empty. You could get rid of so many other... It's like when you have a computer, you have a utilization window. And they'll tell you you're at max, you're at 95. You're at 99. And you could either accept the fact that, number one, you need to work on freeing some of the space in your life to make you run better and smarter. Don't work harder. Or you're going to continuously just fall because you've carried on too long in the same way. You're hard-headed. It does say that you are going to go and reach your finishing point, but how you reach it is very important. Do you really want to go and win the race with back problems from carrying everybody in the race? And I don't mean everybody as far as your friends and family. I mean things you carry on an everyday basis that's accumulating like a snow pile. But you're going to the finish line regardless. But all you carry is what you put in that backpack is essential. You're going to lose sight of where you're going. With too much stuff, you can't see. And you may have a purpose and a vision. But even with persistence, you're going to have to prioritize how you get to cross to the finish line. So you're really going to have to look at what's healthy for you. Now, with that being said, I do see the 5 of Cups here. And the 5 of Cups to me, and that's about losses. You're going to have to walk away from things. Now, it's not bad because you knew that shit. You knew you had to walk away from situations that weren't working for you. Mars and Scorpio, you had to walk away from that job that just had much overtime hours, but not enough money. So it's like you working long hours to make the same amount of money other motherfuckers are making. You're like, nah, I don't want to do that no more. Or that same boyfriend that keeps cheating and playing games, having babies with other motherfuckers, and you just sitting there, just upset, looking like a damn fool in your mind, your heart. This person, you don't have to suck it up, buttercup, because you put yourself in this situation trying to carry all these things on and think you can handle it along the way. And let's just be honest, this motherfucker is cheating. It could be a dude. Because I see that Ten of Swords, you taking a break. I mean, you can't possibly go on in these conditions. You're going to have to let some things go. Now, I do see in the Five of Cups that you're mourning what has to go. And you know it's time to clean house. And you're fixated on losing your home, losing everything you worked hard for, that you feel that you fulfilled yourself with. And you'll have to turn away from something. Maybe you feel like you can't separate from the things that are overwhelming you, that you have grown so comfortable with and accustomed to, that now you have to separate from. It's a painful shed. And it's like a hoarder. Like, they don't want to throw away the wrapper because there's some significance to it. But it's time to let go. You have a lot of deep, painful, like it's hurting you to carry all that weight. This can be about a person who's overwhelmed with a breakup. The Ten of Wands, it's overwhelming. Maybe you left that person. Maybe you couldn't take their bullshit anymore. It don't have to be cheating. I gave you a scenario, but you know, you're tired. Like, fuck this. I'm done. You lost someone. Maybe you had a lot of faith in someone and they really let you down and you're really hurt and you don't talk about it. You know, you feel like you have to really like pick yourself up. Now, I do see in the Four of Swords. So now it's like the stages of grief. You've carried too much. You've exhausted yourself. You fell out. Five of Cups, you got to reprioritize where you're going because you made too many dumb mistakes that you knew that weren't very smart. And it's not that you were trying to hurt yourself. You just took on too much. Now, Leo, you got this Jupiter and Libra energy. Now it's time to rest because the best way you plan is if you just sit back and just watch and then see where you went wrong and then implement those changes. You know? I do feel like the Four of Swords is fate. You know, it was meant to happen. You know, you were coming, you had so many things hitting you at once, and now you have to recover. So you either had an accident or an illness. Again, this could be a breakup or this could actually be a car. I don't get Chariot nowhere, but I do feel like you do need to rest and heal because you've exhausted yourself. You got to let things go and shed skin. And then Four Swords is just like, now you're resting. Now you're sitting back and you're recuperating and looking forward and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Now, let's go to the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is Sun in Gemini. And that is betrayals or exhaustions or bottoming out. You just feel like, I'm done. Release can also be Ten of Swords, an ending of some sort. This can be about a person who, I never said this before, but it's a side note for those small people that this may apply to. It does say that you really are partially responsible for your own devices. But you still got to deal with the consequences of changing your path. You could have done this to yourself unintentionally. And now you got yourself to blame for why you are exhausted and not moving forward. But that abundance is right there. Now, it's not too hard to change. It's not too late to change and make amends. Some of you people have carried on friends and family, and now they walked away or you walked away. You took a break, and now you got to come back to the table looking up there and saying, okay, where are we going from here, you know? Now, let's look at the Ten of Wands. What is the Ten of Wands for Leo in December? These cards didn't even want to shuffle, Lord. What is the Ten of Wands for Leo? Okay, I got the Three of Pentacles. So that's being burnt out. And you know that. What is the Five of Cups for Leo in December? Oh, this card came out first. The Seven of Pentacles. What is the Four of Swords for Leo in December? Oh, these three cards just like all came out together. Can't deny it. Oh no, these are a little bit more. Okay, we got to shuffle them back. What's the Four of Swords for Leo? Yeah, see. What's the Four of Swords for Leo? Oh, okay, it flew out now. All right, two, I'll take two. Ten of Cups and Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, you're not spending time with your family. Your family falling apart. You're exhausted and just, it's minimalist at best. Let's see. What's the Ten of Swords for Leo? I see death coming up. Some of y'all going to work yourself into exhaustion. What's Ten of Swords worth? We can't take half the deck, baby. We can't do that. Look at the devil at the bottom of the deck. Some of y'all are dealing with the Capricorn. What's Ten of Swords reverse, Leo? The Fool. Fool reverse, okay. Now, see? Some of y'all are hard here. You fix signs. You don't listen. You don't hear me. You like, oh, she talking shit. We gonna keep doing this. No, it says you're burnt out. You're exhausted. Turn it around. You keep carrying people and you can't get your gold mine. You're just burning everything out. It's just tedious. You're producing mediocre work. You're not going to be able to give yourself to everything and everybody in your life. And you keep trying to, and it's a detriment to you. You're going to fall on your ass. Okay? You're going to lose everything you worked for. Five of Cups and Seven of Pentacles. The shit that people don't see. That you stacked your ass off and worked your ass off to get. The investments that you put the time and patience into is going to collapse. You invested a lot of resources. You even in the middle stages of where you're going. You're just uncertain. You keep pushing and it's just not the time to push. It's the time to put a little in, wait, put a little in, wait. You planting seeds. You feel like you don't want to get far along and then lose all the things you've had and then you feel like you lost your goal. You feel like it won't bear fruit, but it is going to bear fruit. You got to have patience. You keep putting all this work in, and I'm commending you, Leo, but not to the point of deprivation. Like, no. You need to understand that it takes patience. It takes perseverance, sacrifice. A return is going to come. Realistically, I might add. Now, the Four of Swords is mean taking a break. And you know you don't want to do that. Ten of Cups, I don't want to do that. I'm not ready to put it down. It could be a love relationship or work. You just feel like it's an issue that's really nagging at you, but you won't deal with it. You need to. Some of y'all ain't dealing with your families. It is your family that you're talking about right now. Ten of Wands, you keep carrying them. You got to cut them off. Somebody's sick. And you feel bad about it, but it's your responsibility on why you sick or you drawing yourself to where you cannot be utilized by the family member that's sick. And that's not really your fault, but you need to be more careful. You know? Ten of Cups, something is disturbing your peace. You need to prioritize. Or maybe you're taking a break from relationships and deciding what is the right, perfect family dynamic for you in the long run. You're trying to focus in who your tribe is or who do you belong to. Now, that Eight of Pentacles, that's mediocrity. That's burnt. You're another person. This is really job-related. Sun in Virgo, could be dealing with a Virgo Pisces. You're working too hard. Or you feel you're not putting the work in the right areas. Or your work it's not the right job for you. Somebody lacks passion. Or someone is not on the right path. Someone needs to rechange their course, but they're afraid. The Fool. They're not gonna leave. They're like, no, I can't walk away. I get a lot of fixed energy. And I know Leo's fixed. You're not impulsive enough, or you're too impulsive, and somebody's gonna fall on their ass. Somebody also, this may be a person who they refuse to accept an ending in their relationship, and they refuse to go out and dance and meet new people because they're afraid of what the last person did to them. That could apply to you. You're burnt out on people. I don't get no people in this reading, but I definitely get the energy of someone being burnt out and needing to change direction. You could be in any period in your life, and this is definitely a factor, Leo. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And by the way, I'm doing personal videos for 2222 for 8 minutes. All right. Answer any question you want. You get 2 questions tops. And also, I'm doing an hour reading for $99.99 for every sign except for Sag. Their reading is $77.77. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you later. Bye.